Hello, this is my sixth attempt at 5 blocks of 8 classes for a white belt's beginner's curriculum. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 classes, close guard, open guard, side control, mount, and a submission. We start the first class with mount escape, from mount to close guard. And then we do open guard to mount, how to pass to mount, and then how to get from closed guard to open guard. Very simple. And then the fourth class, you recap and you connect these dots into a loop. Okay? And then the fifth class, we're doing side control and a submission, which is Americana. And then the Americana, they bridge and defend, and then we mount. And then we do open guard to side control, and then connecting those dots. Okay, so that's block number 1. So we do these 8 classes, and then we start over and do them again. So the first time we do them is the attacker's perspective, and then the second time we do them, we're already familiar with the position, and that's when we can practice the defense. And we will place heavy emphasis on escaping and defending. And then it's the second block of 8 classes. We're dealing with closed, open, half, mount, submission, and reversal from half guard. So we do closed guard to mount with a hip bump sweep, and then from mount to closed guard with a reversal where you flip them over and end up in their closed guard. So a little circle there. And then sweep from half guard, how to get from open guard to half guard. And then we recap, and here is where we give the first stripe, because now people did 16, 17, 18, 19. These are people 20th class, and if they did all of those, they deserve their first stripe, comes early. And then half guard to mount, and you do a X choke or arm triangle depending on the gi or no gi. And then the 7th class, you have 2 objectives. You get to mount and choke them out, or when you're defending, your objective is to get back to closed guard. And then you turn these objectives into positional sparring. And here is the first time they will spar for real, like real positional sparring. And then mount, how to get all the way back to closed guard. We did that already in the first block, but we're repeating and emphasizing mount escapes and pin escapes. Recap, now you can flip the person from closed guard and from half guard, and from mount you can reverse them back to closed guard top, or you can escape and do foot drag to closed guard bottom. That was section 2. Section 3, we're going open guard, forcing the guy to turtle, take his back and submit him. And then his whole round starts, his whole chain starts with escaping to mount. You defend the rear naked choke and you escape, and he remounts. You go from mount to side control. You try to bridge him and he defends, and you end up in side control. And then you work your way from side control to half guard, and then you sweep the guy, and then you go through big cycle, or you can skip and you force him to turtle, but he pulls half and pulls himself back in the game by reversing, and then you make a small infinity drill. And this is like the long-term thing. So turtle to half, back mount fundamentals, how to escape the back from turtle. And then recap, rear naked choke. When defending, they mount. From mount, he escapes back to side and escapes back to half. Recap and connect the dots. This one is nice. 4th class, start in butterfly, do arm drag to take the back, and from back it depends who gets to top half guard. So when I'm escaping the back and you want to come up on top and get half guard, I want it too. So here's like really who wants it more and who has the underhook is the guy that's gonna win that scramble. And this might turn into dogfight too. So this is a very important part, and perfect for positional sparring. And then butterfly to half guard, just learning how to move your feet in guard. We shouldn't take for granted that everybody managed that, so it's nice to have in one class. Recap. And then butterfly, you do the side choke, you do the hug sweep. So from butterfly, you hug sweep them to mount, so you're already in a side choke. You attack the side choke, and then you do a chair sit to get to back mount, and then it's the same back mount, who wants it more. So we're going through there, choom, choom, a little bit back and forth, and boom, 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 boom. Last paper. Turtle, side control, and half. You need to know how to move between these offensively and defensively. And we're also learning, in the last one we learned armbar, and in this one we're learning triangle too, from close guard to submission. Yeah, so turtle, you tilt them over to side control from top, so it's an attacking, and then from side control you work your way back to half, and then from half guard you try to sweep them with a double leg sweep or old school, and you fail and you end up in turtle. Recap and connect those two into an infinity drill, and then from side control you escape with the elbow escape and you have to turtle. Half guard to side, like how you pass from half guard to side, everybody has their favorite. And then you do the close guard triangle sub and put all of this together. And here's the second stripe awards. After you complete these 80 classes, you deserve a second stripe. And then it's a year has passed. 40 classes, like maybe not a year, but a half a year to a year have passed. And they will want to go through this curriculum again to get their last 3 stripes, because they're probably going to get them more often when they get 3 stripes instead of 2, I mean. But yeah, this is my attempt at a beginner's curriculum, a white belt curriculum, where you learn 8 major positions and a few submissions. And the power of this map is that you learn to connect everything together in every possible way. And the ways that not connect is just because there is something more effective. It makes no sense to go in some directions. But I think this gives you an extremely good overview of what Jiu-Jitsu is about without ever touching on the advanced guards like X guard and single X. Those build on these two. These two are like the first guards after closed guard and open guard. These are the 2 like hybrid guards that everything else builds on. And you do lots of back and forth between back mount and mount. And you of course encourage the students to connect the dots and like choose positions that they like and connect those together, and choose positions that they're bad at and connect. So you're teaching them how to create their own drills and infinity drills to work to keep. You're giving them the tool to improve their own game by finding these kind of loops that is fun to do, and that's also have sparring elements in it, like this back mount to half guard, who gets to top first. You can introduce the positional sparring concepts where they really matter and make sense, and get people introduced to sparring like that way, that it makes most sense for people. Like who's going to end up in top depends on who wants it more, right? So these are 8 times 5 times 2, that's 80 classes. And if you do those 2 times, that's 160 classes. I believe that you would be a very solid blue belt when you have done that. What do you think? Please share your thoughts.